So the snow is basically gone. It's just a little bit of ice left, and I have got to check out this greenhouse and see what the story is. If you remember, I tried to um go and get that ice and that snow off the greenhouse. Initially, I thought it was just snow, but then I remembered before it started snowing, it was raining, then we had hail, then we got the snow. So I think the top of the greenhouse caved in, not from the snow, excuse me, but from the ice. And I was shocked because it's an oval shape, so I thought it would slide down, but it didn't. So I'm about to see if I can get it off now. A little bit of snow. So you see most of it is gone. And you can tell, I can tell right now that the hoop part right there is what gave way. So the only thing I'm concerned with is I am hoping that my trees did not break, that they're okay, and I can just kind of do what I need to do to get them together. The encouraging thing is that most of our really cold weather is gone. Well, I do see something encouraging. Strawberries are okay. This is gonna be hard to lift up. My dragon fruit seems to be okay. This is where it caved in. Right there. Wow. Well, I've got to get this up and get it going. I might as well take this off of here. And this is my tree. Oh, there. Well, looking back there. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to get this off. Get this up. I'm just probably going to have to take it apart. Let's see what's on this side. Okay. All right, well, that's the first glimpse of the greenhouse. Well, I am back in the house. And I was sitting here thinking about all of the greenhouses I bought. So I went back and I looked. I bought a greenhouse, my first greenhouse in 2020. And I replaced that one because it was small. It was only like 6 by 6. And I realized that I needed something larger. So that was March of 2020. By November, I had gotten a larger one. That one was 10 by 9 by 8. And that one, it lasted a month less than a year because I purchased another one October 30th, 2021. That one was 20 by 10 by 7, and I loved it. Perfect length and height, being tall, I loved it. Well, then I needed another one. So almost a year to the date, I purchased that one October 30th. I purchased the next one the following year, October 7th of 2022. Same size, except it was a little bit higher. This one was 9 feet tall. I had in mind the trees that I would be putting into the greenhouse, giving them enough room to grow. And, you know, not wanting to stifle that by cutting it, putting it in the greenhouse. I said, okay, 9 feet tall, which is good. Well, that one messed up. And in the following year, November of 2023, I had to purchase another one. So as I'm saying it and looking at this, I realized they're only lasting about a year for whatever reason. Then I purchased the one that we just looked at that's destroyed. I purchased that this year, June 19th. That's 6 greenhouses, guys. And they're not all cheap. I mean, these are good sizes, 20 by 10 and 15 by 10 by 9. So I've made a decision. No longer am I purchasing this type of greenhouse. That is a waste of money. When you purchase something, it should last. It should have some durability. Now, I purchased it this year thinking, okay, the other ones, they always blow over. If you remember, I had one that blew down the block in the subdivision in a whole nother street. The other one caved over the same day I was leaving to go on vacation. So it's always one thing or another. So I figured, okay, I will do this better. So what I did was this time I purchased rebar. And on each panel, each frame, there is a rebar that it's attached to. And I was so proud of myself because we had the hurricane come through, the storms came through, and that greenhouse did not budge. Never did I imagine we would get snow and ice and hail and it would take it out. So that's what I think happened. I believe it was before we got the snow. As I said, it was raining and it was so cold, and then we got the hail, and then we got the snow. So I don't think it was the snow. I think it was the ice and the hail. So anyway, I've decided to get another greenhouse. I'm going to go ahead and invest the money in something that I feel will last and be more durable. And even though, you know, you might have, I don't know, to pay a little bit more, to do a little bit more, I think in the long run, it will be worth it because I'm going to garden. That's something I'm not going to stop. As long as I have the strength and the breath in my body, I'm going to garden. So I know that I'm going to need a greenhouse. So I've called a few places, and I'm supposed to go and look at one place near me. What they do is they have steel storages, and they well, actually they don't have steel storages. I want to take that back. They do sheds, but in addition to sheds, they also do greenhouses, and they also do chicken coops. So my husband and I are gonna go, and we're gonna see how it goes, and we'll see. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you, and I'm gonna share with you what we found out. Oh, those are the chicken coops. You could tell that's the chicken coops. Those are cute. Oh yeah, that is one. Oh, let me see it. Oh, okay. So that could be an automatic door, but there's no roost, so you'd have to put a roost up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a big one.
Okay, got a roosting bar.
Oh, got the roosting bar and everything. Okay, this a nice one. Look at the green one.
I put that door right next to the room.
Right. All right, guys. So here are the greenhouses. Let's go in. Okay, this is not bad. I like the shelves. Oh, and that's the water connection. This is nice. I would actually prefer just shelving on one side. Like this side, I would not want, because then I could put my trees over here. And then this side, you got the two shelves. I would keep that. And you got a little shelf here. You got the window. This one comes with electricity, so you can hook up your lighting and everything. Nice. Wonder what size this one is. 8 by 10, you think? Got your keys. Alright. Oh, I gotta push it harder. So that's this one. And we,
I thought you had to get it
huh?
to the little fucking.
Oh yeah, and y'all see the socket right down there to plug it up. So this one is, I'm trying to see what the difference is. Okay, I see the difference. So if you look this way, this is all poly. That's not all poly. This one is all poly. I mean, basically it looks like it's the same thing. Yep. Except this one doesn't have shelving, two shelvings on this side. It's just one here, and you come around, and there's one here. And it's got the electric hookup and then the water there. And of course the vent window. This one don't have lights hooked up to it yet. I guess you can get it with or without. So those are the two I believe that they have available that you can get right now if you wanted it. I mean, it's not a bad size, but it's right. This one is small. This one is smaller than that one, I think. So that's all they have, guys. Say it again.
They constructed good.
Okay. Yeah. It is. Oh, this one got a little bent. Can I get a discount? Yeah. Well, guys, those are the only two that they have on the lot. They can build it for you, customize it. But the gentleman told me to come by and see. So now I have a better frame of mind as to what they offer. And also, too, the chicken coops that they have, if I decided to upgrade, I have that. But yeah, so these are the two. And we'll see what I end up with. So guys, I am back home, and my husband and I had an opportunity to really think about what we saw and some of the things that I like, and there were some things that I didn't like. The one thing I don't like is the price. What I did was I was able to go online and look at the greenhouses that they had there and put in a request for a quote, which I did. I'm not really happy with the prices. Excuse me. So I have to really consider carefully if I want to spend this kind of money. Let me just briefly show you what the quotes are. So you see that, guys? That is what that would cost. $6,353. Let me show you what's included. That is a 10 by, that was, this is for a 10 by 16. It's got the main door, 2 windows, 2 shelves, 1 water spout. And it would be polycarbonated. This is what I would have to put down today, or when I wanted it. So I don't necessarily like that price. That's $6,350, excuse me. for this particular one that I wanted. I looked at the ones that were there, and of course I went in and made a quote. I was able to put it to the dimensions that I wanted, which is 10 feet by 16 feet. That unfortunately is just 6 feet tall. I thought that I put it in a little bit taller because I am 6 feet, so it can't be 6 feet tall. It's got to be about a good, at least I say 8 feet. Give me some head space, you know. Give my trees that go in there a little space. So that would bring up the cost. But let's just say it was that. After talking with the gentleman that owns the lot, that owns the property, or I should say that owns the company, I asked him how they would have it delivered. So long story made short, the way my property is set up, I have a fence around a fence, and they would have to remove both fences. And yes, that would be an additional cost. So now we're looking at basically closer to $10,000. And I'm not going to do that. That's not practical to me. So my husband and I have come up with some options, and we're thinking about it. We're probably going to do what we thought. We have done a lot together. We've built a lot of things. We've come up with a lot of things that we've had to be more cost effective. So this is something that we know we can do. So let me show you what we're looking at. So this is a company, Amir Life. And we are looking at their greenhouses. These are the prices. A lot more doable. But you have to put them together yourself. That's what we're looking at. We've put a lot of greenhouses together. Boo! Boo! So we are confident that we can do it. Let me show you which one I'm looking at. So I'm considering this one here. I like the setup. We would have to do a platform here. I love the windows. I love the wide door. I really like that. See, the door is wider. So I really like that. Let's see what else. I believe there's another picture. Yeah, and this would be inside. So no shelves, but I could go ahead and do something like this and something like this. I see the hanging flowers, so I love the idea of that. I could hang my strawberries in there if I wanted to. Here's another picture. Of course, they used it as a little sitting area outside, but I like the idea with the lights. These are the windows that slide down. They have something called Quick Connect, which makes it easy. It's this thing here. See that? So we really like that. It seems very basic. As long as you look at that. See, that's how that goes. And right now it's 20% off. So I think this is something that we're gonna go with. Of course, we're still in the planning and definitely praying about it. Anytime we make a purchase like this, we pray about it, we think about it, we come together and we talk about it. And so far, this is where we are leaning toward. It would cost a little over $2,000. And we're going through the numbers right now of adding the platform. We would have to do that ourselves. But instead of doing a whole platform, we were thinking of the platform of what we saw at the other place that we went to, where the building rests on the four corners. If not, we were thinking of some other ideas. But whatever the case, we will raise it up off the ground and give it a platform. So we'll see what happens. We don't know. We'll see. The temps are starting to go up. I do know we do have a few more days of cooler temps, so I'm not going to do anything with the greenhouse. I'm trying to figure out a way I could raise the greenhouse cover, and I think I've come up with a pretty creative way to raise it, just to give the plants that room and my tree some room, because it does need it. And then we will go ahead and start moving things out the way so that we can set up to do this one. And of course, we will video each step of the way. But I think we're pretty confident that that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and get something like that. I did consider buying a metal shed, and I actually spoke with a guy that does construction and asked him if he could turn that metal shed into something I wanted to use for a greenhouse. And he said yes, but the cost of the metal shed was less than $1,000 to get the one I wanted. However, putting the work in, the windows, even though they're poly and all of that, would just be incredibly too much. So I think we have looked at different resources, and I think we know what we're gonna do. But anyway, I appreciate you spending this time with me, and please, if you have any suggestions, we welcome them. Put them in the chat down below. Give me some ideas, maybe some things that I hadn't thought of. But until then, until we make a decision, we are going to, like I said, prayerfully consider which direction would be best. So, as always, I thank you so much for giving me your time, your attention. If you are a current subscriber, thank you, besos. If you are someone that is new to this channel, hey, if you like the content, sub up and be a part of the pescatarian journey. We would love to have you on board. Until then, as I always say, whatever you're doing, you enjoy it. Go, Salon.